Hey guys, welcome back into another video. Today I'm going to show you guys my Glaxion Vandal build. As usual, if you want to skip to the build, the timestamp is on your display right now. So, the Glaxion Vandal is released alongside with the operation Hostile Mergers. You can obtain this weapon by getting 4000 score on the endurance run, which is this mission right here. When you get the weapon, it comes equipped with an Orokin Catalyst and also a free weapon slot, which is pretty neat. And also, if you want to know how to complete that endurance run, you can check out my guide in the description below. Anyway, back to topic. On this video, I'm not going to be doing any housekeeping thingy. I'm just going to go straight into the build because I assume that you guys know how this weapon works. However, I will still highlight a few things. So now, what you're seeing here is my 4 of 5 FORMA Glaxion Vandal hybrid build. Because this weapon has a base status chance of 38% and crit chance of 15%, it can actually make as a really good hybrid weapon, so it definitely deserves the title. The mods here are split nicely into 4 sections. First of all, we have critical mods here, which are Vital Sense and Point Strike. They increase your critical stats of course, boosting the DPS of the Glaxion Vandal. Even though with Point Strike you only get 35% crit chance, it can still trigger a lot of critical hits mainly because of its high fire rate, and also each tick of damage will only consume half of a single round, or if you prefer, 0.5 ammo. Over here we have our damage mods, Heavy Caliber and Serration. They generally increase the damage of your weapon. And some of you might ask, won't the accuracy of this weapon drop? Well, the Glaxion Vandal already has pinpoint accuracy, so if you put a mod that can reduce accuracy, like the Heavy Caliber, it will not really affect its accuracy. So if you put Heavy Caliber in this build, there really is nothing much to lose. You gain more damage, but you don't lose accuracy, which is quite of an unfair trade, but it's still pretty good. And then we have multi-shot mods here, Vigilante Armaments and also Split Chamber. They don't increase status chance, or maybe that's a bug, we don't know yet. But what it can do is that it can generally increase your damage. It effectively fires another laser. The thing is that you can't really see this laser because the Glaxion Vandal already has pinpoint accuracy. So if it were to fire another laser, it will just overlay on each other and you just can't see it. So you just have to believe. And so more lasers means more hits in a second, and in return it gives you an even higher damage value and also DPS. What you should be expecting is more damage numbers appearing, but don't ask me how it works because it's a beam weapon and there are bugs about it. Maybe if you know a thing or two, you can leave it down in the comment section below so that other people will notice. And then finally we have elemental mods here, 2 dual stat mods which both increases elemental damage and status chance. Because the Glaxion Vandal has a base status chance of 38%, why not we make good use of this by placing these mods into the build? It provides a higher chance of proccing status effects, and that means you can basically strip an enemy's armor, or you can do a bunch of other stuffs with other elemental damage. And because this weapon already has innate cold damage, it will also do minor crowd control while you proc other status effects, which is pretty good, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Of course, you have to swap out the elements depending on the faction you're going against. For Greenier, you have to use viral or corrosive damage. For Corpus, you can use magnetic or gas, and for Infested, you can use gas or corrosive damage. And if you look at this mod here, High Voltage, some of you might not have this mod. You can either farm it from Hive missions. It is found in caches as a rare reward. Based on Warframe Wiki, it's guaranteed to drop after 22 tries. So I would just say good luck, lol. Or if you have platinum, you can buy it from other players. You can buy this mod for around 70 plat. If you're lucky, you can find a deal that is 65 plat or maybe even 60 plat. Now, as mentioned in the beginning of the video, I need to highlight a few things about this weapon. So here it is. First of all, this weapon can damage in a 3 meter area of effect. This means if you shoot on the ground, it can still hit enemies. Or you can hit multiple enemies at once, provided that the enemies are grouped together. For this case, you can use something like Vauban or Nidus. Both of them are really good choices for this case. This AoE damage we're talking about here doesn't really do much damage. So logically and obviously, directly shooting at an enemy is much more better, and if possible, aim for the head, because you might get something like this. Quick easy kills, not even 1 magazine, And do note, the enemy I just killed is not affected from corrosive projection or any other auras. It's just the pure performance of the Glaxion Vandal with this build. Speaking of lesser damage, the Glaxion Vandal also has some sort of ramp up time. It can go from 30% to full damage over the course of 0.6 seconds. It's not quite big of a deal because 0.6 seconds is pretty fast anyway. Other than that, like I previously mentioned, every takeoff damage only consumes 0.5 ammo, or you can say half a round. So it makes this weapon really ammo efficient. And then the range of the beam from this weapon is only 24 meters. Now, there's one really interesting thing. Based on Warframe Wiki, it reads here, kills create an extra corpse, synergizing with Necros's Desecrate. I've tested this and it's false. I'm not sure if it's a bug or what, so we should stay tuned for the next update and see whether it actually works or not. And finally, we have synergies. Of course, arcanes. As usual, we have arcane acceleration and arcane rage. Arcane rage has a chance to increase damage whenever you do a headshot, and this arcane is a natural synergy to beam weapons. Because beam weapons are so easy to headshot an enemy, and because of its high fire rate, it has a higher chance of triggering this arcane. So it's really helpful whenever you're dealing with enemies which have high HP, high shields, or armor. Well, in other words, if you're dealing with enemies that are tough. And then we have Arcane Acceleration. It increases fire rate whenever you hit an enemy. It kinda increases DPS because of its higher fire rate, so it does help to proc more status effects, killing enemies faster, and depleting your magazine faster. Wow, really helpful. And I guess that's it for today's video. Thank you everyone for watching this. If you guys liked it, then be sure to leave a like, write a nice comment, and please consider subscribing if you haven't. If you want to buy me a cup of coffee, you can check out my Ko-fi page in a link in the description below. Thank you again for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in another one.